Hello and welcome back to China. Well, here in Guangzhou this morning, it was the turn of the Youth B boulderers. Right now, mid-afternoon, it is the Youth A boulderers, and they are gathering behind me. That's a presentation going on right there. Hannah Schubert is alongside me. Hannah, we've just been up on stage and had a look at the boulders. What is your first impression?
My first impression is that they look really hard, but I'm sure it's going to be an amazing final because we have so many strong competitors, and I'm sure they're doing a really good job. And I'm curious to see what kind of beater they're going to use, and yeah, how many tops we will see.
Yeah, earlier on this morning in Youth B, we thought you might need 4 tops to win, but as it turned out, 3 was enough in both the women and the men. So I don't think we're going to see anyone get all 4 tops today. These are hard boulders, as Hannah said. Just to run you through, this is Youth A, not Youth B, but your start list will be Julia Medici, Vita Lucan, Maya Marder, Eva Hamel-Müller, thank you Hannah, Elena Krasovskaya and Janja Garnbret, the familiar figure of Janja Garnbret. That's your starters in this Youth A final. Just to remind you, Youth A is climbers born in 1999 or 2000. So that's the age group we're looking at. This is the middle age group. We had Youth B this morning. That's the younger climbers. We've got juniors to come this evening. And in the men, it will be Philip Schenk, Kaita Dohi, Dominic Hertel, Nimrod Marcus, and then the 2 Kais, Kai Leitner and Kai Harada. What are the chances? And the athletes have just begun their inspection period. See the men there on men A. And we are right in the thick of the action. We're only just off to the left of the camera shot there. So I'll keep my voice down. I don't want to give any beater away. But Hannah, we were looking at this men's problem number 1. What are your first thoughts? We were kind of discussing how you might want to move left on the starting holes.
Yeah, as we discussed it, you're like where you see Philip at the moment, pulling up your arms and then putting on the feet, and then going to the left, hold and then jump. Okay, we're already going to the next photo.
Already moving on?
Yeah.
2 minutes goes by quickly in the commentary box, let alone when you're inspecting the boulders.
But it's still really nice to have some observation, not like in qualification or in semifinals where you have to find out the beater yourself. It's really nice when you can discuss it with your friends and other competitors.
Do you enjoy that element of it? You like to chat to the other climbers?
Yeah, a lot. I also always love the observation in lead because it's just interesting to find out what the others think, how to do the moves, because sometimes all the people have a really different beater, so it's nice when you hear how the others plan to do it.
Actually, I knew you'd be good on the live stream when we were chatting and you said, oh, I love talking.
Yeah, everybody who knows me knows that I'm talking a lot.
That's what we want. Insight and analysis. And this women's 2 that we're looking at here, you think this will be topped, but it's a physical boulder and those volumes are pretty slippery.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, as I said, they're really, really strong girls in this category. Especially Janja. I think a lot of people are pretty sure that she will win. Well, you never know, but there's also Elena Krasovskaya, the Russian girl, who was in the final at the World Championship in Paris. So also a girl to look at. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that this boulder is possible and that someone will top it. But I might be wrong. We will see.
Yeah, it was an interesting feature of the lead finals on Wednesday night that the A category shared a route with the junior category, and in theory the juniors should be stronger, they're 2 years older, but as it turned out, particularly in the women, the A's climb better than the juniors on the route. So the fact that this is a slightly younger age group means nothing. There's some extremely strong climbers in these 2 groups.
Yes, that's true.
See the men here, having a look at men's 2. The men's boulders, particularly these ones on the steepest section of the wall, you can see there's men's 2 and men's 4 on the left of the shot there, are particularly brutal. This boulder looks really hard. Good one to watch out for as well, just to give you a heads up, is women's 4. really unusual boulder. Head boulder route setter Jackie got off. Was as creative as ever. Coming up with that one, you'll see what I mean very shortly. Again, women's 3, these round volumes that are becoming quite familiar.
Yeah, this boulder looks really powerful.
So just talk us through, we think it's going to be an under press on that round pink volume?
Yeah, I think so. Then you go to the small blue hold at the beginning of the triangle volume. And I'm not sure how they plan to do it afterwards.
We can't quite figure out the beat of that top section.
Yeah.
A bit like this morning, the route setters were so busy that we weren't actually able to talk to anyone before the competition began. The route setters, to give you some idea, have set, I believe it's 60 boulders this week. Finished at 5 o'clock in the morning last night, and were working literally as the athletes were being presented. They were still putting bits of tape and numbering the boulders, so they have worked literally up to the last second. Just pulled the step ladders off the mats and we're ready to go. So they haven't had any time to talk us through it, which should actually be quite fun because I have Hannah to help me out, but it's we're on site in them too.
Yeah. But it's always nice to see how everybody figures it out. I think that's the best thing about bouldering, when you see so many different beaters.
Yeah, it's something we saw in the B category earlier, lots of different methods and, on the same move and the same boulder. Just had Graham Alderson, our technical delegate for this event, veteran of competitions, just came out with a fact that I think even the keenest statistician would not get, that this female lineup is the first time we've ever had 6 finalists whose name end in A. That is someone who spends too long looking at climbing competitions. Julia, Vita, Maya, Eva Maria, Elena and Janja.
Okay. Would never recognize that.
No, part of me respects Graham for figuring that out, part of me thinks it's tragic. That's a lifetime in climbing competitions for you. So this is female 4 that we were talking about. The climbers are going to have to traverse underneath that roof. There's not really anything resembling a hold, so you're going to have to push against the bottom of the roof.
Yeah, it's going to be exhausting. It's a long push.
Men's 4. It's a really interesting boulder. Pretty sure you're going to have to start facing out and then put your feet higher than your hands. Hopefully it's quite hard to see because that's a better angle. So those 2 lower starting holes, which are black, exactly, we're just getting a demonstration. You put your hands on them, swing your feet up, touch the 2 red starting holes. And then from there, I think we're hoping someone's going to do a bat hang on the big red volume. We see the climbers have figured it out. I have to say that it's relatively obvious when you get up there that there's no way of doing it other than to face outwards. Go ahead.
I think a lot of these boulders look really powerful, so it's also going to be interesting in the end who has still enough power left for the last boulders. So who was getting too exhausted from the boulders before and who still has power left. There you see the fitness of the climbers, and that's also really interesting to see.
Also, a really big factor here in Guangzhou is some of these climbers are on day 7. They've done all 3 disciplines.
It's crazy.
This is their 7th day in a row. You did 6. Today's your first rest day. And how do you feel today now you've finally stopped?
Yeah, it feels so good. Actually, yeah, I'm really glad that I have a rest day now. It's the first time that I did so many competition days in a row, so I'm not used to it. And it was a great experience, but it's a really new one for me, and I think my body has to get used to it first.
And did you feel that you could still climb at your best yesterday, or were you really feeling it?
I was really feeling it, especially because the boulders were so hard. And Yeah, I was pretty exhausted, especially after the semi-final, but also before in the isolation. I already realized by warming up that I'm pretty tired.
And is it your muscles? Do you have muscular tired, or is it just in your shoulders and hips? Is it all body?
Yeah, the boulders of qualification were already really exhausting and had movements where it was really exhausting for the shoulders and your whole body. So my shoulders were really tired and also sore, but a lot of people were feeling it. I talked to a few girls in isolation and they all said that they feel pretty tired.
It's certainly been an added element. I mean, people do the combined in the World Championships and things, but this has been so spread out that it's meant that if you do all three disciplines and you make all the finals, then there are no rest days, no days off. But luckily, we get you in the commentary box. How did your semi-final go, just for people that didn't see our highlights? The bouldering yesterday?
For me,
Yeah.
yeah, it was. I didn't get that good. Qualification was much better for me, but I didn't expect to do really good in bouldering because I wasn't training it. So I was surprised that I did so good in the qualification, and the semifinal was just so hard, and I noticed that I was not well trained for bouldering, but I had fun anyway, so it was fine.
Yeah, in that junior category, only one boulder was topped in the semi-final.
Yeah, that's really tough.
6 women who topped it. But yeah, nobody got more than one top. Extraordinary. And we had some big names missing out. Sasha Gayo is here. She won't be taking part in the final. Ditto Julia Kruder. It was a super tough round. We've had tough boulders all week, but I think maybe that female junior was probably the hardest round.
Yeah, some people said that as well.
If nobody has more than one top, you know it's a hard round.
Yeah.
So we should be about to welcome out our first climber. That will be Giulia Medici of Italy in the women's competition and Philip Schenk, also of Italy, in the men's. And they're going to be right next to us. Men's 1 is on that maroon wall you can see just to the left of the big screen. And off shot, just to the right of the big screen, is women's 1.
Yeah, 2 Italians at the same time at first.
And it's physically quite an easy start for the climbers, but after this it's steep, super physical.
Yeah. In qualification in the semi-final, the slab was always the last boulder. This time it's the first one. We'll see how this goes.
And this men's number 1, you can see there, that white hold is the top hold. It's high. It's a really high
Yeah,
hold.
it's really high. So if you followed the last move there, it's going to be crazy couple.
They're not the most soft mats either.
No.
We shall see. Anyway, here's Philip.
Let's go.
Ready to go, and Giulia Medici. So Giulia, she got through to this final with 1 top. In the semi-final, it was a flash. 3 bonuses, and they were also flashes. For those of you who haven't seen bouldering before, who are just tuning in, we have a 4-tiered scoring system. The most important number is how many tops you get, how many boulders you get to the top of. That's the most important. If climbers are tied after that, it comes down to how many attempts those tops took. If the climbers are still tied, it comes down to how many bonus holds they reached. Halfway up each boulder, you'll see a bonus hold clearly labelled with blue tape and a round circle saying bonus. And if after tops, attempts and bonuses, the climbers are still tied, it comes down to how many attempts it took to get the bonus. Don't worry, if they're still tied, it comes down to who did best in the semi-final. But in bouldering, it rarely does.
No. Fortunately not.
Yeah, I know we have to decide competition somehow, but I like it to be who does best in the final. When it's count back, somehow it's not the same.
Yeah, it's nice when there is a clear winner, who actually climbed better. And not because of whatever time or a mistake or whatever.
So Philip Schenk, he got called down there by the judges. I was actually reading my notes at the time. Do you happen to see what the issue was?
It wasn't the right starting position, I think. I think the starting position is not that easy to get into at this boulder, so maybe we see more troubles with it.
Yep, at the start of every boulder there will be 4 bits of yellow tape, and you have to put your limbs on the holes that those correspond to. So you can see there on women's 1, there are 2 bits of tape on that blue volume, and then the 2 green holes have a bit of tape each. So you have to put both feet on the blue volume, 1 hand on each of the green holes. That's the official starting position.
Yeah, I think I now realized what the issue was. I think he had just 1 foot on the right and not 2 on at the same time. He
Yeah,
did 1 right, 1 left, but not at the same time. But now he figured it out how to do it.
Yeah, we've had incidents down the years. I remember Adam Ondra in the European Championships in Innsbruck in 2015 had an incident where he didn't start correctly.
Yeah, he gave away the win because of that.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Everybody understands. Like everybody thinks, oh, that's so unlucky for him, and some people might think, oh, that's stupid. Everybody knows how to start, but on the other side, everybody understands because that can happen to anyone. He was so psyched about the boulder and just wanted to get in and climb, so he was just too fast and being at the right starting position. But yeah, if you give away the win with such a mistake, it's the worst.
That is super frustrating.
Oh yes.
So Philip Schenk, he dials that
They
big
looked at the
move
jump, yeah.
up and left. There's the bonus hold, that white one. Okay. No problems so far. Is he heading for the top?
Oh, it looks good. Oh no!
And you can see there how high it is.
That was a really bad foot slip though.
Yeah, it was quite an awkward landing for him.
Yeah. This red volume is so slippery. You can see that it's already black because so many people slipped there already.
Now we don't have a clock on screen. We'll try and get one for you. Just watching Julia try that move. It's a really strange move that we were trying to figure out whether it would be static or dynamic. Just trying it dynamically. There's the clock. So, Philip Schenk, this is his last attempt. Remember, when your time's up in the final, you can carry on as long as you're already off the ground.
He has another chance.
So he was close last time. He had these moves. Pretty sorted last time. That's one.
No.
Ooh,
Again.
that's unlucky. It's that left foot that keeps giving way.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to just that your foot stays on there. Seems that this is the crux at the last move, that your foot stays on.
It's a good boulder. There's hard moves all along it. So Vita Lucan will be out next. She's 3rd in the lead on Wednesday night. Behind Mina Krampel and, of course, Yanya Gambret, who we'll be seeing very shortly. Kota Dohi of Japan. I don't know what is in the water in Japan, but they just seem to be able to produce top boulder after top boulder.
Yeah.
It didn't work for me in April, I know that. So he needs to, I don't think he's a bit like Philip. He needs to touch both holes at the same time with both
He's also
feet.
struggling with the position. Oh, okay, he did it different.
Slightly different method.
But it seemed a good idea. Whoa.
So doing that move dynamically, working well for both climbers so far.
The Japanese guys are so good in jumping. When you look at the World Cups, Tomohiro Narasaki is one of the best jumpers I've ever seen.
Ah, now this is
Whoa, such
method.
a different beta.
You almost wonder if you watch Philip because
that's what I love about bouldering, seeing all these different feeders.
Because Philip's feet kept slipping off that red hole. So I mean, I'm sure he didn't watch, but he seems to have realised that.
I'm not sure if
it's another method.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it's a better idea or if it's harder. You can never tell.
Yeah, and Youth B, if you didn't watch the Youth B final earlier on today, get back on YouTube and watch it because there's some really interesting boulders with so many different methods. So, Vita Lucan, as I say, bronze medal in the lead on Wednesday. Better. Keita Dohi, back on. Now suddenly that move that he made look easy, a bit more difficult. He'll chalk up and go again. We have the most fantastic viewpoint. We're so close to the action. I just heard him chalking up through your microphone. When he jumps left, I think if he missed, he might land on us. Okay, so now he has it. Strange, the first couple of times he tried that move, it looked okay. I wonder if left foot on the red and right foot somewhere else might work. I don't know. Yeah, he's thinking. He's listening to me.
Yeah. He heard you.
Don't listen to me, Kate. I've never been in a World Cup final.
He's trying really hard.
It's just an idea. Remember, he needs to have both hands on the finishing hold. And
that looks good.
Control. This looks very promising.
Oh, he just has to get the second hand there. Oh, yes.
And we see there the judge stands up, hand above the head. That is a top for Kaito. Great start.
That was really good. It was a really good beater.
Thanks very much.
But I'm curious to see if other people do it the same way, or if they try it like Philip did. I think like Philip did, it's the obvious way, but maybe not the best.
So Vita Lucan, she's trying this move statically.
Yeah.
See a few dynamic attempts. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to say that sometimes the easiest way is not the best. Sometimes the more complicated way is better than doing it the obvious way. Yeah.
It's a tricky move that, because as you latch the blue, you have to simultaneously pop up.
Yeah. But she tried it the same like Julia did.
Maybe a slightly taller climber. I'm just trying to think about who's tall in this final. Might be able to do it completely statically.
Yeah.
See.
For example, the Russian girl Elena Krasovskaya is pretty tall.
Yeah.
Maybe she has a different beater there.
Now then, Team Austria out on the mats. Dominik Hertel.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how he will do this.
You know Dominik well. How do you think this sort of problem will suit him?
I'm not quite sure, because usually he doesn't like slabs. He likes powerful boulders more. I think you can also tell we're seeing his body. And but he did really good in the slab in semifinals, so maybe he likes the slabs here. It's not a typical slab with balance, it's with a jump, so maybe he likes it. We will see.
Meanwhile, Maya was out on women's one. We just saw an attempt. Let's have a look how Dominik gets on with this big move.
Oh, really good.
So, good start from Dominik.
Okay.
It's boulder, more physical than it looks. It's not a straight up slab. It is actually slightly overhanging.
Yeah. He tries it like Philip. We will see if the foot stays on.
Will the foot stay?
Ah.
God, it's obviously very tenuous, that red volume, because we've seen with two climbers now, as soon as they move an inch, you have a problem. Yeah, you look very controlled on the swing.
But you saw that when the Japanese guy did it, he didn't even hold the top hold. He was just leaning against it. So I think that was a really good idea because I think the top hold is not really good, and they're struggling holding it. So maybe just leaning against them is the better way.
Meanwhile, over on women's one, Maya is trying this very differently, completely static, centimetre by centimetre. It's not worked yet, but it's an interesting new method. That's the problem, just the smallest change in where your body weight is throw you off. So Dominic pulls back on, 2 tops in the semi-finals, 4 attempts, qualified in 4th. And there we see the power. Amazing shoulder strength there to stay on. No,
Yeah.
not this time.
But you also see how slippery this red volume is.
I think that's going to cause a few climbers problems.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's pretty hot today again. So it's even more slippery than yesterday, probably.
Yeah, yesterday was especially hot and humid. Today it's slightly cooler, but that humidity's come back, particularly the last couple of hours. This morning it was a bit cooler for the Youth Bs, but for Youth A, pretty humid conditions. Philip's got that move up to the left absolutely sorted. It's the top out that's proving the problem.
Aha.
Just a little slap of his thighs there in frustration. He's so close. He's got one hand on that top hold.
In finals and bouldering, it's really nice that you can finish your climb when the time is up, because then you have a last chance. Because otherwise it's always hard to tell when to do the last try, so it's still enough to do it in the time. But there you can just get in when the time is up, and then you have one more try to try. So that's really nice.
Dominic here trying the same method again. I think he's just going to try and pinch that volume to death. No joy.
It was really close.
We can focus on Myers again, trying to do this so slowly, but it looks like she might be teetering backwards. Somehow still on, not quite. Well, for about 10 seconds it seemed as if she was defying gravity. Eventually it catches up with her. So Eva Hamel-Muller will be out next in the women's competition, and Nimrod Marcus, Israeli climber. They're producing a few really good climbers recently, Israel.
Yeah, he's in a really good shape. Eva got injured a few weeks ago. You can see the tape on her leg. So she has to take painkillers in this competition all the time because it's hurting so much. That's really bad.
Do you know what the exact injury was?
No, I'm not sure if she's already sure what it is. I just know that after this competition she has to rest for like at least 6 weeks. And I just know that it hurts a lot, and she had pain during the whole competition, and yeah, that's pretty sad because I think she's in a really good shape, and also in lead I expected her to do really well. But now in bouldering she's on a really good way, and she climbed really nice in semifinals yesterday. And yeah, but it's just bad for her because I know that she's not enjoying it as much as she wanted to because it's always hurting. Climbing with an injury in a competition is never nice, I guess. but she's trying to make the best out of it. Eva is getting really close on the bonus there. Closest we have seen so far. We will see if she can make it.
Yeah, it's really difficult when you're carrying even the smallest injury, isn't it? Not to focus on it, but she qualified third. It's worth remembering the climbers come out in reverse order, so if you qualify top of the semi-final, you climb last in the final. So Eva, third place in the semis. It's not holding her back too much, but I know it's hard when it's on your mind.
And that's really good. Oh, yes, she did it. Nice.
I was ever so slightly worried her left foot would just go outside the boundary there, but she kept it in.
Yeah, that was really good.
Well,
you saw that she used a slightly different beater than the other girls did, because the other girls always try to hold the bonus with one hand and leave the left hand down on the blue, but she jumped with both hands on the bonus, and I think that's the way to do it.
So just to remind you, we've had one top of men's one so far, Keita Dohi. And we've just had one top of women's one as well. Meanwhile, Nimrod looking very powerful, as you say, looked in great shape, been climbing really well. Third place in the semi-finals. Same thing again, that the foot slipping on that red volume.
Yeah, it seems like the beater of the Japanese guy was a really, really good idea.
The only top so far. Didn't use the red volume in quite the same way, didn't stand on top of it.
So Marcus is going to have another try. Maybe his foot stays on now.
Of course, we see Alex Kazanov regularly in the Boulder World Cups and on the live stream. Is his crown as Israel's top boulderer going to be taken? I'm only kidding, Alex. He's still the king. So Nimrod, as we've seen with just about every climber, they can get a hand onto the top hold.
Oh, that looks good.
So this looks very promising.
Ooh.
Now there's a bit of controversy here.
Yeah, he already raised his hand. The judge already raised his hand, so.
Let's have another look. Because
they're discussing.
It would be interesting to watch a replay of what the judges did there, but Nimrod, I have to say, did come down very quickly. It didn't seem like he paused for long. Let's have another look. Right, so one hand.
And there is
the
second.
feet.
The judge raised the hand and he slipped. Like at the exact same time, yeah.
It'll be interesting. We'll let you know when the score's updated, but
yeah, it's a really tough question because the judge was just raising his hand when he fell down. He was just about to. So his head was not completely up for the okay, but it was on the way. It was.
It's a really difficult one though, because Nimrod could argue, well, as soon as I saw him move, I relaxed a bit, or
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
That's a really tough thing. I think I never had something like this before. I've never seen something like this. It's a really hard decision. But do we know how they decided? I think he's not getting the top.
Well, we'll keep an eye. The scores haven't updated yet. Apologies if we don't bring you scores as regularly as you'd like. We're still waiting. So it doesn't appear that he's been given it. You see him there in third place, Nimrod. I think, personally, I think he could maybe feel that's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
He had both hands on the top. The judge began to stand. I mean, as soon as the judge moves, surely that's...
Yeah.
I think that's maybe a bit harsh. We'll see. There
It's
could
really
well be
hard
an
to
appeal
tell.
going on.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we've got Kai Leitner and Elena Krasovskaya. Two climbers I'm really interested to see. Kai coming back from a very serious back injury. He was told in April he might never climb again.
Yeah, I know.
And here he is.
I talked to him about it, and he said he's now feeling really good again, but he still feels he's not in his best shape. Oh, but it looks like he is. That was an easy top.
That was fantastic from Kai. As I say, in April told he might never climb again.
It seemed like no challenge at all for him.
Already a silver medal in the lead, and he's made the perfect start to this boulder final. And as if that wasn't enough, he's going to Harvard when he goes to college. Is there anything he can't do?
Oh, Elena seems also really good there. Oh, I think she might have touched the floor. But as we said before, she's a really tall climber, and we expected her to do it statically, and that's how she did it. Sometimes you have a slightly advantage of being tall, especially at slabs where there are 4 moves.
It does seem in climbing that being small sometimes is better and sometimes being tall is better, but this you would think is a boulder where it's better for tall people.
Yeah, but it's true that there are sometimes advantages of being tall, but also sometimes of being small. So just in bouldering, sometimes they're really far moves, especially on slabs, and there it's nice to be tall. But also sometimes you have to get your foot up really high, and then it's nice to be small.
As a small person myself, I think it's better to be tall, obviously.
Yeah, me too. I had a lot of problems because I'm small, but you can't always say I just didn't come good because I'm small, because yeah, it's not always the reason. Sometimes you also just have to accept that you didn't do so well.
It's interesting though, I remember I had Sean McCall on the live, I think it was in Japan, and Sean's competed in, 120 World Cups or something, and he said, I think it's good to be a bit taller.
Yeah.
Overall, it's good to be a bit taller.
Yeah, I think so too. I think there is like a size that is almost perfect, like in the middle. Not too tall, not too small.
Like 180.
Yeah, for the boys.
Yeah,
And for the girls, it's like maybe. Whoa, that was good.
Unlucky
What?
from Elena.
What did she do?
It seemed as if she just popped off the hole, but she seemed to have controlled the rotation.
Yeah.
Let's have another look. So she spins right out. This is great. Missed the ball.
I think for the girls, the best size is like something around 1.66 or something like that. I'm 1.58, and that's just too small in my opinion. But yeah, whatever. I can't change it anymore.
That is so frustrating for Elena Krasovskaya. I mean,
Yeah, she did a really good job.
that bonus hold, yeah, it's a very small hole, but it's quite positive. And we were saying when we, inspected these boulders that if people made the bonus, they'd probably make the top.
Yeah. I think like if I did it with both hands on a bonus, seemed really good.
So there we see Eva, early lead here. Elena Krasovskaya, you see her there down in 5th. She did get the bonus. As I say, we are reliant on the Chinese internet connection for updated scores, and if you've ever visited China, you will know that that's a risky business.
And
So we will bring you scores as often as we can. So here is Janja Gambre. We see her more in lead competitions. She's won 4 World Cups already this year and the World Championships and the Youth World Championships in lead.
But she already did really good in bouldering.
Yeah, I just trying to think off the top of my head. She topped all 4 boulders in the semis, and I think she topped all 5 in the qualifiers.
Yeah, I think so.
So she hasn't found a boulder she can't do yet. in Guangzhou.
Yeah.
And that was a very good early attempt. Let's have a look at Kai Harada here. Kai has got some real pedigree, won the Youth A Bouldering at the Asian Youth Championship in Tehran in September. There, Yanya controls the swing, and this should be a top for her. It is. Great start. Again, was her foot out of bounds? No, apparently not. Well, there we go. Her run of perfect tops continues. That's the 10th boulder she's attempted here in Guangzhou. 10th one she's topped. It will be so interesting next year when Ashima moves up to the seniors and her and Yanya are battling.
Everybody waits for that. Everybody wants to see this battle.
It's amazing as well because next year they'll only be 18 and 16. I mean, they could dominate climbing for 10 years. I mean, well, who knows? Could be the start of a big rivalry. This year, Yanya's had control most of the time in the lead. So, what can Kai do? The second Kai. Kai Leitner topped this boulder pretty easily. And Kai, a bit like his compatriot Tomoa Nagasaki, very good at jumping, very dynamic. It's a tiny bit taller than Tomoa. He's still got that explosive power. And he's trying the different beater. No,
maybe Kai had a bit of an advantage there because he's so tall. I don't know, but he just made it look really easy. For Kai Leitner, I meant.
Yeah, I have to say, Kai Leitner is massive. I mean, he is so tall.
Yeah.
Climbing must be one of the tallest climbers in the World Cups, let alone in youth climbing.
He is, and his feet are so big.
And his hands as well.
And his hands, yeah. His hands are double my size of hands, I think.
When you see him in the morning, I say, oh, hey Kai, yeah, quick handshake, and my hand just disappears into this enormous, it's like a shovel.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is true of a lot of top climbers. I mean, people like Chris Sharma, absolutely enormous hands.
That's true, yeah.
Kai Leitner is just built for climbing.
But
so
it's impressive to see that Kai, even if he has such big hands and is so massive, that he never has troubles with like matching crimps or whatever, because you expect people with strong hands to be good at slopers and pinches, but have problems on crimps. But he's a really good climber, and he's doing really well also in crimps and in every kind of holds. He's coping really, really well with his size.
It's a problem I'd love to have, to be too tall. Let's have a look at Kai Harada anyway. This will be his last attempt. He's off the ground when time is up. Now he's going to try a different method. He's tried putting his feet on the red volume.
But that looks really hard.
Looks super physical, but... So he's got one hand.
Hopefully it's not happening the same. Oh, yes.
Nice.
Oh, he's really happy about that. That was really good.
So 2 tops from the women, Yanya and Eva. Yanya on her second attempt, Eva on her 4th. There we see it. And the only other bonus was Elena Krasovskaya. No joy for the other 3 climbers. So now the crowd all moves. So just to give you some idea, get you acquainted with this venue in Guangzhou. The previous boulders were just by the big screen that you can see on the left of your shot there. And the next boulders are all on the right of the shot, just out of sight. That's where most of the boulders are today. So all the crowd making their way up. It's a bit like golf, where the They follow the famous players around the course. All the crowd now shifted. Look at the other section of the wall. This venue here in Guangzhou is massive. 7,000 square meters of wall, did I hear? It's enormous.
It's really, really nice. When I first saw it, I was really impressed. But it's also really nice, so colorful, and yeah, it's a good place for competition, I think. I expected to be I wasn't sure what to expect of a wall in China, because I already knew that our team was made experience. They were not that good, but yeah, it's great. It's really nice.
Most of the walls we've had in China have been really good this year. You do hear, back in the day some of the walls weren't so good, but the ones we've had this year have all been great, I have to say. But this one's certainly the biggest. It's a whole industrial park given over to climbing, but China is so ambitious in sport. I saw a documentary. They want to win the Football World Cup before 2050 and also the Rugby Union World Cup. They are so ambitious in all sport, including climbing. They just want to dominate. So they've got facilities like this, so no excuses on the facilities front. And I have to say, if you can climb in the sort of humidity we had last weekend, you can climb anywhere. So already on to Boulder 2. As so often, the final seems to be disappearing. Always seem to go so quickly, the finals. Philip Schenk is back out, as is Giulia Medici.
Yeah. I don't know if you said this already, but Philip is the reigning World Youth champion in bouldering, UFB. He won in Arco last year, and he also won the European Youth Championship in bouldering this year in Langenfeld in Austria. And Julia came second there. So they were both doing a really good job already this year.
Yeah, Philip, of course, stepping up to Youth A this time round. And as you say, reigning Youth B champion. That was a great couple of days in the Erztal, the Langenfeld competition.
Yeah.
So Julia, I think, she looked as if she couldn't believe it. She was just climbing faster and faster.
But I was right about the boulder. I said this is going to be tough.
Competitiveness obviously runs in the family.
No, just wanted to tell that not only talk nonsense, that I'm also right.
We'll have a poll on Twitter. Who is better of the Schuberts on the live stream?
That's unfair. I'm sure all the people say that Jakob is. But as I said, he's 7 years older, so he's also better in English and even more experienced.
You're like Donald Trump, you accept the result if you win. Otherwise, not so happy. So Philip's at the bottom of men's 2. He's over on the far right-hand side of the wall here. Most of the women's boulders are on the left, most of the men's boulders are on the right. So if we pan out, you begin to get a bit of an idea of the layout here in Guangzhou.
I think this boulder looks really hard. I think it's one of the hardest final boulders here. That was my first impression.
Yeah, that volume he's going from there is so bad. It's okay when we were underneath it, you can tell it's okay when you're directly underneath it, but when you start to move left, it gets worse and worse.
Yeah, I think so too.
Philip, no top on the first boulder for him. As you mentioned, reigning Youth B World Champion, reigning European Youth Champion. Very much in the mix here for at least a podium, minimum. He certainly can win this competition, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's impressive to see that also. Even if he is in the younger year, like in first year Youth A, he's still in finals and has another chance to be on the podium or even for the win. because it's always hard if you're in the younger stage. When you have to climb against the older ones, it's always really hard, and it's really good if you still have the same chances than the year before.
Yeah, of course. At this age, I don't want to sound like an old man, but it makes a big difference a year, whether you're 15 or 16, or it does. It makes a big difference. So Philip now in the younger half of the draw, as last year he was in the older half of Youth B. But still, absolutely a contender to win this competition, no doubt about it. Giulia Medici already back inside. Philip joining her, but without a top. Giulia flashed women's 2. I've been meaning to find out whether Giulia is is a descendant of the Medici family. They invented the modern banking system.
That's interesting to know.
I've been meaning to ask her. They invented all modern banking techniques in Rome back in about 2,000 years ago. Never.
It's really nice to find out the things about
I know.
This background knowledge.
Well, the last time we had her on the live, I said, I must find out if she's a descendant of the famous Medici family. I don't know. Maybe it's a common name in Rome. So here's Vita Lucan, as we mentioned earlier, 3rd place in the lead. Behind Mia Krampel and Jenny Garmret.
Yeah, she already did a really good job.
Powerful moves these, but the female climbers coping with them, you have to say, pretty easily so far.
Yeah, she climbs really good. Yes.
No problem.
Nice.
So 2 climbers, 2 flashes, women 2.
Yeah, I thought this is going to be the easiest of the 4 problems. Of course, not easy, but at least the easiest of this 4, because it seems, it seems not so difficult to read, like quite obvious, but powerful. Yeah, you really have to stick to these volumes.
Yeah, one of them has to be the easiest, of course, and it looks as if it's going to be number 2. Here's Kaita. So, Philip didn't seem to enjoy this boulder at all. Kaita do. And it's a really poor hold, that volume. And the further left you go, the worse it gets, as you see. Getting a bit frustrated there. Still got plenty of time though, 2 minutes, getting all the holes cleaned. He's just studying, trying to work out if he's missed something, I think. Having a close look at this hold. Didn't seem from our look at it that there are any hidden secrets there. No, really not getting on with it. There's Eddie, our resident IFSC photographer. He's been on the live a lot today. He just loves the camera. He can't get enough of the camera. That's the athletes and coaches area here in Guangzhou. Best seats in the house. How do you find it watching your teammates? Does it make you nervous?
A bit. I don't know. I'm more nervous when I watch my brother. I guess, I don't know. I'm even more connected with him. But if somebody of my team is really close to a boulder and like always slipping, or like Nikki, always slipping away from this, it's, I'm getting nervous. And it's hard not to cheer for them because I'm doing the live stream. I don't want to scream into the microphone.
You can cheer, it's okay.
Because usually I always try to scream as loud as I can for my teammates. So.
Just move the microphone a little bit to save my ears. Now you're welcome to support. So Kaita. Last attempt, he's off the ground, he won't have time for another, so this is it.
I'm really curious to see if someone can figure out this move and can top this boulder. It looks so freaking hard.
Well, there's a real contrast. Yeah, women's 2 has been flashed by the 2 climbers we've seen, but the 2 male climbers we've seen, no success at all on men's 2. They both had the bonus actually, but no one really close to a top yet. See it there. So Yanya, briefly not in the lead. 2 flashes from Vita and Julia. Out next we'll have Maya again. You see there on the men. Pretty sure those scores just need to be updated. There's a couple of bonuses I thought for the men. I'll let you know when they're updated. So I'm sure that Maya realises that a flash is important here. She'll have seen Vita and Julia come back into isolation very early. So far, so good. All the women so far making light work of this boulder. Maya having to work a bit harder for it, but still getting it done. Should be home and dry.
Nice.
She is. 3 women, 3 flashes on women's 2. I think that might have been the fastest one yet. 1 minute gone, she's already on her way back. Well, Dominic, he's already had at least 1 attempt that I saw. You would have thought this is a boulder that would suit him.
I think it's a really hard boulder, so it's really hard to be good at it. And I think it's also really hard to find out how to find your way to do it, like how it feels possible for yourself. But I'm not even sure if it's possible, really. It looks so hard.
So we've seen it.
But I saw
it's the same issue.
But I saw Philip at least having a try to jump to the left, so he was kind of the closest.
Yeah, Philip definitely made the best progress so far. Wind's just picked up here in Guangzhou. You might have heard a few things falling over then. They do seem to have particularly unwindproof barriers. So, Dominic back on.
He's really struggling there. Yeah, this move looks so hard. Charlie getting everything fixed.
1 minute to go for Dominic. None of the men really been anywhere near this.
But I don't even know how Philip was able to jump. Like, he was on the bonus, I think, with the right hand and was jumping from there. Maybe he did a toe hook. But
I
it's
don't remember now. I mean, at the time, I thought some climbers might come out and have a bit more success, but
yeah, me too. But
I would have tried harder to remember if I'd known how much all the climbers are going to
yeah,
struggle. Dominic, the
exactly.
third person to try it. Yeah, he's going to take all his rest period here. This will be his last attempt. He's got 5 more seconds. Goes anyway. You can see the fatigue kicking in. I wonder if that's a good method, though, to try and not match the bonus.
I think it's really hard to hold the swing. But I think this move is so hard anyways, no matter how you do it. So, well, maybe we see another beta from
Perhaps for someone like Kai Leitner, that might be the way to do it, because he's so tall that the jump won't be quite as big. He won't have so much momentum.
Yeah, maybe.
Not so much swing to kill at him. So Nimrod back out, as is Eva. Yeah, Nimrod, you can see how powerful he is. Swings up, no problem. And latches the bonus. Now Eva.
We saw a fall from here there.
Yeah, I just glanced down and thought she'd fallen.
Yeah, I was curious about this boulder for Eva because I know that she's not able to put a heel with her left foot. So I don't know if she's struggling with that. I think she still does it, yeah, as you can see here. But it might hurt.
Yeah, you can just see this. She just quite have the power through her legs that she needs.
Yeah. I think she's not really trusting her feet. She's trying not to use it too much.
Obviously you don't want to pull out of a Youth World Championships, but it's really difficult to climb with an injury because you start to climb differently, hey? Your movements are different to compensate for the injury.
Yeah, exactly. I injured my knee like a bit more than a month before Paris, and I was also scared of climbing in competitions because in competitions you always try harder than in training and you're afraid that you will make the injury worse, and you never want to risk that. But of course you never want to miss out a competition, especially not the World Youth Championship. That's why also Eva decided to take part. Whoa!
We'll resume in a second because Nimrod Marcus has suddenly
missed that. Yeah. See, sometimes
finds himself towards the top of this boulder. That's extraordinary power to go.
See, sometimes I should just stop talking.
No,
because now I missed how he did it.
No, it's okay. We've just cut to him. We'll see a replay. Don't worry. It's not done yet, though. It's not done yet. This will be a heartbreaker. I think he'll pull on and try that again, though. Let's have a look. Here's the move. So he goes with the right hand. Okay.
Oh, with a heel. Really good.
Yes.
So good.
So he didn't match on the bonus. That's what we were suggesting might happen.
That's impressive.
This is really difficult for Eva because it's all left heel hook.
Oh no.
It's pretty much the worst boulder you could imagine if you have an injury to the back of your left leg.
Yeah. I think it's also really hard for Eva at the moment because he knows that the others flashed it, probably. And just her and Janja did the first one. So when she would climb this one, it would be really good for her. It would be really important and put her in a really good place.
I suppose you have to try. I was about to suggest maybe you just go back in and forget this one and just try to perform it with only 4 boulders.
You should always try to do that, but it's really hard sometimes.
You can see she's got to get her left leg up. It's all through that left hamstring, and that's exactly where the injury is. Oh, her heart must have sank when she came out and saw this boulder. And she's going to have one more go. 2, 1. I think she just about made it off the ground. Yep, she did.
Oh, and unfortunately, Marcus was not able to do the jump again. I'm sorry for Eva.
Yeah, it's a shame for Eva, but a great start on Boulder 1. She's still very much in this. So, is Elena Krasovskaya overall champion in Paris? A little too eager. She also made the bouldering final in Paris, 6th place. Here's Kai Leitner. I really can't decide if this boulder suits him or not. I think some of the boulder will suit Kai, and some of it won't. I think the top section will be really hard for a tall person.
Yeah,
because if he does it like Nimrod and has to slowly lever himself, it's much harder when you have long limbs.
But it was not the right starting position.
No, I thought so, and the judges think so too.
He just had one foot and one hand there. Oh, Elena struggling as well.
She was 2nd in Youth B in Arco last year. Elena making the step up to Youth A this time. So here goes Kai. First proper attempt, if you like. He's called down from his first one. Now, after such a good start on the first boulder, you want to keep that momentum going. What Elaine do? I've seen most of the girls face to the left. They kind of lay back up it, but Elena going straight on, it's not quite as successful.
It's interesting to see because the first 3 girls flashed it quite easily, and now it's beginning to struggle.
So here goes Kai. Will he figure out Nimrod's beast? It was the jump to the left. So Nimrod had the right hand on the bonus. Kai's got the left.
Whoa, that's a different beater.
That was pretty impressive.
I'm curious to
Kai.
see if that works and if he tries it again.
Elena is persisting with this method with the right heel, but it's not working. Maybe needs a new method. It's not how the other girls have done it.
Maybe this move is harder for taller people because the heel is pretty high.
It's too close to the
Yeah.
hips. Yeah.
It's hard to push with your foot.
So Kai's back on, as is Elena. That's better.
Oh,
Didn't put the heel up this time.
yeah.
And this does look more promising. Just needs to compose herself, and she does.
Maybe also these volumes are getting more slippery and worse.
Might be able to hear it through our microphones. The wind really picking up here. Guangzhou, when it comes, it really comes quite suddenly. Quite an advantage actually to the climbers on the wall because it makes it much colder. Kai not getting on with that move. Let's have a look. Now he tries the right hand. That was how Nimrod did it. I mean, Nimrod didn't top the boulder, but he did do that move, which so far seems to be stopping just about everyone. Elena Krasovskaya had much more of a fight with this boulder than most of the other women. I don't think we're going to see a top. We're not. She is not happy. Storms down, collects a scorecard. Kai, no. Not this time. So one more climber in men's and women's on Boulder 2, Kai Harada in the men's, and none other than Yanya Gambret. There she is with perfect timing. On the women's, overall World Cup winner in the lead, world champion, world youth champion, you name it. She's done it this year. Now I think Yanya will, having seen 3 women come in, having obviously flashed it, I think Yanya will be pretty keen to flash this.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Keep her very much in the lead, or put her in the lead, I should say.
She did this moves really easily. Yeah.
She's got an amazing style. She does every move with the absolute minimum of effort.
Yeah, that's true.
She never wastes any effort at all. She's not wasting any time here.
She just climbed this boulder as it was for warming up, like in training.
Yeah, she absolutely cruised that, no doubt about it. So, Kai Harada, can he top men's 2? So he's going to match. This looks quite promising. That toe hook, he's really getting a lot out of that.
Oh, that seems really good.
That seemed like a really good method. You could see his right leg was really keeping him on the wall there.
Yeah, because he was really sticking to this volume. The other people had really troubles to hold this one, but he didn't.
He was accurate there. It looked as if he got the hold perfectly, but just didn't quite hang on. It would be great to see this topped. It's always a bit of a shame when a boulder doesn't get topped.
Yeah. Especially when somebody was so close already.
Hard to believe we're almost halfway through this Youth A final. Hannah Schubert alongside me. This is for climbers born in 99 or 2000. It's a middle age group at a Youth World Championship.
He's so close there.
He is close. I think that looks to me like the way to do it.
Yeah, probably that's the way it's planned. Yeah, but also how Marcus did it. For him it was really good, but the others just couldn't do how he did it.
Yeah, Marcus Nimrod, who we saw earlier, I think he just thought about it better than the others. I don't think it was a matter of power. He just really came up with good beta. So Kai, he'll have time for this go, and if it isn't successful, I'd have thought at least one more.
Come on.
Come on, Kai.
Yes.
That looked good from the start, from when he launched, that looked good.
Now I'm curious to see how he tries the top.
This is such a physical move because you've got to go from being below the volume to being above it while still pinching it.
Ah, no.
He's close. He'll have time for another go, though. Let's have another look. That looked super solid, that move.
Really good. Marcus Nimrod was actually really close to the top. He was already mantling up and just lost the balance there.
So Kai Harada, he's going to take his chalk bag with him here.
Hopefully he sticks the jump again so he can try the end.
He's planning to be here for a while, I think. Okay, he's off the ground. This is his last attempt. So the last time he did this jump, it was super solid. Can he repeat it?
Nah.
No.
So close.
Second to last attempt was the best. So men's 2 will not be climbed. see there, Kai Leitner, by virtue of flashing boulder 1, he is top. 2 Japanese climbers, Kaita Dohi and Kai Harada, second and third. It's tight at the top. How will the next few boulders open things up? We'll get the women's results for you. There we go, Yannick Garnbrett, most people's favourite to win this final, takes an early lead, the only person to top 2 boulders. Maya and Vita staying with her, as is Julia.
Yeah, the Italian girl made a huge jump from the last few years to now. She improved really good. So the last few years she was always good in the European competitions, but never like in the top 3. But this year she's climbing really, really well. And as I said, she was second in the European Youth Championship, so she did a huge jump. And
also made semi-finals in the Munich Senior World Cup.
Yeah, in her first World Cup.
20th.
So she's really, really good. A lot of progress.
So it's Italy and Italy once again. It does seem to happen quite often that we have the same nationalities on the mats at the same time. Just one of those strange coincidences. So, men 3. Really unusual boulder. The 4 starting holds, the 2 footholds are only just visible. They're down low, just level with Philip's shorts. You can see one of them just to the left of his shorts. We'll see now when he stands up on them. There they are, that's a better angle of them.
Oh, really hard to stick this one.
Yeah, it's a really, really tough boulder, this. Crimpy all the way. All the volumes have small crimps on them. It's not just the volumes higher up, but none of them are great. No black tape on the edge of this boulder, so he's allowed to use the outside edge as he is doing. Now he's away. Keep an eye on the bottom right of your screen for Giulia Medici. Women's boulder 3.
Oh, that's
Philip,
a really good attempt.
after looking like he had no chance on the first attempt, could be about to climb
nice.
it on the second attempt.
Really good.
Nice work, Philip Schenk. That is a top second attempt.
Really good.
And he'll cruise back into isolation a couple of minutes early. So Julia, this is great because we now get the chance to have a look at women's 3. You probably hear through my headphones the DJ's having a bit of a midlife crisis here. Some sort of terrible Europop.
It's the same playlist over and over again. Just 15 songs the last few days. I've heard them like 100 times already.
Yeah, there are some songs, and when they come on the radio, they instantly remind me of IFSC. They seem to, the same CD seems to go to every event.
I can imagine, yeah.
So here's Julia, and she'll be pressing under this pink volume. Really difficult because initially you're pressing on just one arm.
But she did it really good.
This looks good. Okay, so she's onto the bonus and past it.
Oh, really good.
When will she stop with the left hand? It keeps going further and further.
Wow, really good.
This looks really promising for Julia. Just has to
The
latch the
last
top.
move,
It's
the
not
last
a,
move still looks hard,
it's not a great hold though.
but there's a foothold to the left. Maybe it's better to use the foothold to the left. I don't know.
That was a really impressive attempt from Julia though.
Yeah,
Lots of hard moves in a row.
but
Yeah, it looked like it seemed like she looked at it just before
Yeah.
she went.
I'm wondering if she still have enough power to make such a good attempt again. No,
Wow,
because
it's
it's a
so
really
physical.
powerful boulder.
Yeah.
I think you took a lot of power there. I don't know.
No, it's often the case. You see one really good attempt, and the climbers have one more with a couple of seconds left, but it's just not quite as good. You just don't have the power to go again. So no joy for Giulia Medici. Plenty of joy for Philip Schenk. Got men's 3 on his second attempt. That puts him, as things stand, in second place. One top, 2 attempts behind Kai Leitner, who has one top in 1 attempt. Kaita Dohi and Kai Harada also have a top. 3 and 5 attempts respectively. And Kaita is back out. Can he be the first climber with 2 tops in the men's competition? Meanwhile, Janja Garnbret leads the way in the women's. 2 tops, 3 attempts. Ahead of Giulia Medici, second. So Vita using the shin, and it worked pretty well.
Different beater there.
Completely different beater. This
Completely different. Like, she turned around once now.
is a super complicated way to do it, but it's very effective.
If it's working, whoa.
That looked as if she wasn't quite expecting to fall there. It looked an awkward fall.
I think it was a bad hand slip.
There we go, over on men's 3. Kaita making light work of the lower section. Goes through the left hand, not this time.
This move looks quite hard because there on the volume on the left you don't have a foothold, just the volume. So it's not really good with your feet. You're mostly just campusing, I guess.
So I think he'll feel like he can top this, I would imagine, but he won't flash it. Meanwhile, Vita Lucan into the complicated and physical top section of this boulder. You can see how hard she's having to fight. There's so many moves on this boulder.
Yeah, it's really long one.
Now she will try with the left foot. I think she'll put the right on it. She does.
Oh, nice.
Nice
Really
work,
good.
Vita. Top from her. It's a really complicated boulder and it's physical as well.
Yeah, and really powerful.
Good all-round test, that boulder. So let's have a look. What can Kaita do? From a good position. Doesn't look...
Good job.
I was about to say, doesn't look super confident for the final move, but he was obviously more solid than he looked.
And it's already his second top. So
Let's
it's
have another
really
look
good.
at Vita Lucan.
She's really happy about that.
As soon as that right hand landed, it looked good. So, Maya's back out. As is Dominic.
I'm not sure if he's going to like this boulder.
What makes you say that?
I'm not sure.
Just
I
don't
don't
think
know.
it's his style.
Yeah, I think so. It's not. But I might be wrong. I'm not training with him. He's living in another part of Austria.
He doesn't live in Innsbruck.
No, he lives close to Vienna in Lower Austria.
Don't believe it. An Austrian climber who doesn't live in Innsbruck.
Yeah.
Mind you, Thomas and Nina Lack don't live in Innsbruck, do they? There are some climbers who are a
Yeah.
bit further away.
Yeah, that's why in Vienna, he trains in Vienna but lives in Lower Austria. And in Vienna, you can train bouldering quite well, but almost no lead at all. So they're good bouldering gyms to train. Like, maybe not as good as Innsbruck, but yeah, you see, it works out for him. So
You're just trying to get free coffee at the Tivoli by saying how good it is. So Maya also into the complicated top section. She should go out with the left hand here, wide with the left. There it is. Now, will she use her feet? I think she will. A different method. Again.
Ah, so close.
Certainly looked like Vita Lucan's method was a bit easier.
Yeah.
That looked quite a tough position that Maya went from.
Yeah. Vita just had her feet on the left side. Seemed better.
Yeah, the right foot came off, and so she already had some momentum when she landed the.
She was
top
almost
hold.
a bit too short there. She didn't grab the top hold right.
There in the blue t-shirt, that's Jackie Goodhoff, the chief boulder route setter here. One of those green lunch boxes which we get here in China. And Dominic taking his time here. Unfortunately, your prediction has been right so far. He hasn't really liked this boulder. Now this looks promising.
Ah,
Sorry, Dominic.
you spoke too soon. Yeah, but he used a different beater there. He's going with the right hand. And Japanese guy and Philip did it with the left hand, so.
So we're back with Maya. Came very close topping this. She'll be confident she can top it, I think. It's such a physical move to start this. It means your shoulders are tired by the time you get to the top section.
Yeah. There are a lot of moves like this in this competition, also in qualification semi-final. Everyone has under press, similar to this one.
So she gets the left hand relatively comfortably. Still going to try with her feet quite wide, and it works.
Yes, works out.
Top
Nice,
for Maya.
nice job.
So she'll disappear back in. Job done.
Dominic is done as well.
No top for Dominic.
No.
Okay, here comes Eva. Next member of Team Austria out. Over on the men's we'll have Nimrod Marcus.
I'm curious to see if it's harmful for Eva to do the start, because you have to like sit on your legs.
I think Nimrod can do this boulder.
Yeah, I think so too.
He looks in great shape.
So far he was a bit unlucky in this final with the first boulder not getting the top because of slipping out, and yeah, he was really close on the second one already.
Evie, you would have thought these moves
nice.
would be okay for an injured hamstring. Higher up it could get tricky.
Oh, she wants to leave it out? Not a good idea.
Now that was quite an unusual way of doing it. Nimrod with Mark. You can see how strong he is. He goes up, misses, goes again.
Nice. Nice.
One hand, two hands.
Really good. Was it a flash?
If it wasn't, it was second attempt. It was, yeah, more than 2.5 minutes left on the clock. We'll wait for the scores to update. It could well have been Eva, much better method this time. Just trying to figure out how to use that volume. Just seeking the best part of it.
Ah, so close.
She's super close. I think 2 minutes on the clock. I think she can do this.
I think so too. She tried a different beta there. Most of the girls used this big ball in between and just got there with the left hand and the blue one and matched it. Maybe she's trying it now.
Real all-rounder Eva won the European Youth League Championships in Mitterdorf. I really like that chalk bag as well. We've seen some great chalk bags today. So, 1 minute 15 on the clock as she leaves the ground.
She makes the start look really easy. I think Luca and Vita, for example, were struggling more there.
That's the buzzer to signify there's 1 minute left. You may have heard it.
Now she has it.
Now then, if she crosses, I'd imagine
Nice.
she'll cross through. Oh,
Come
no.
on. Oh, no heel. Oh, nice.
Well, I don't think that's the easiest way of doing that move, but it was successful.
I think how Luca and Vita did it with the feet to the left seemed the easiest, but if it works out for her.
Hey, if you start at the bottom and finish at the top, who cares? So 2 climbers left, Elena Kozovskaya and Yanya Gambret in the women's. And the 2 Kais, Leitner and Harada in the men's. Yanya Gambret holds the lead as things stand, even before she comes out to boulder 3. Well, I got my prediction correct with Nimrod. I thought he'd enjoy boulder 3. I think Kai will enjoy it too.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think it really fits him.
Pulls on very carefully. They're tiny, those start holds. You've got to be so precise. So Elena, she had a frustrating fight with number 2. How will she fare on this one? Looks much more composed on this one than she did on boulder 2 so far.
Yeah, I think she enjoys it more than the other boulders she climbed before.
I'm not sure that's the way to do it. Perhaps, we shall see. So now she'll go out wide left. There she goes. Now it's just a decision on how to use the feet. From looking, it looks as if putting them out wide left is the best. But that method has seen 2 tops.
Yeah.
One for Elena and one for Eva.
Oh, and also top from
Kai
Kai.
tops as well, so. Yanya Gambret and Kai Harada will be coming out 2 minutes early.
Yeah, less rest for them.
Do you find in finals that the break is too long between boulders?
It's hard to tell. I think it depends on the conditions. If the weather is cold or warm, because if it's cold, sometimes can be a long time and you're getting cold and you're not able to warm up again, so your fingers might get cold. It also depends on if you flashed the boulder before, you have even a longer break. But I don't know, I feel in semifinals, these 5 minutes of rest are sometimes go by so fast. So I enjoy having more, but I think some people think it's too long, but some enjoy having a longer rest. Also depends on how powerful the boulders in finals are. Sometimes you just need to recover after a really powerful boulder.
Janja Garnbret there, the dominant force in female league climbing in 2016. World Youth Boulder Championship wouldn't go amiss. Do the double, lead and boulder of Youth A. She's already leading this final here. We will bring you scores as and when we get them. And she goes feet out left.
Nice.
And it's a flash from her.
That was an easy top for her.
And Kai as well. No problem. Well, we've just lost 5 minutes of this final in the last 2 rounds.
Nice.
So Kai Lightman leads the way now. He's got 2 tops in 3 attempts, 2 tops in 5 attempts for Kaita Dohi. Marcus and Nimrod Marcus, sorry, up to 3rd. 1 top, and that was a flash.
Yeah. But if it's updated, Kai Harada is going to be 3rd because he also topped the 1st and the 3rd boulder.
Yeah, my apologies. We are just waiting for the scores to update. As I say, we're not always the fastest process here in China, but that's okay. It's all part of the fun. Yes, you're absolutely right. Kai Harada's score's been updated. He moves up to 3rd, takes Nimrod Marcus's place. Kai, remember, topped the semi-final in the women's competition, which is again waiting for the scores to update. But yeah, in the men's competition, Kai Leitner leads the way. 2 tops in 3 attempts. If he flashes this next boulder or does it on his 2nd attempt, he'll win the competition. Can't be caught.
That's true.
So Janja Garnbret leads the way, 3 tops, 4 attempts. As I say, we're just hanging on for the results to update, but Janja Garnbret currently leading the way ahead of Vita Lucan, Maya Madare of America. So the last boulder will be number 4, an unusual boulder in both men's and women's. So women's goes underneath a roof. You might remember it from when you were watching the observation period. And the men's features a facing out start. And beyond that, it's anyone's guess. I think there's going to be lots of different methods. Really interesting boulders. The route setters have pulled out all the stops for the final 2 boulders.
It's really nice that there's nothing decided yet. Everyone can still win. It's always nice when a boulder is still interesting and it's not decided who already won or came 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, worth remembering though that only the top 3 can win in the women's competition, which currently is Janja Garnbret, Vita Lucan and Maya Madare of the United States. And we're getting our first look at women's number 4, Giulia Medici. You see what I mean with the roof? This looks super hard from below, but Julia not struggling with it at this stage. I think the route setters have added a couple of holes at the very last second after we were looking at it.
Oh no.
That will definitely be the crux though, that move out from the roof, I think.
But Philip is doing a really good job already. But I think the end in this boulder is really hard.
Giulia Medici and Philip Schenk, both of Italy, climbing first in this final. First out onto boulder number 4. Julia, no problem really, it seems to get on the blue hold.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. She's, not he's. Oh, that was close already.
I wonder if you can catch the swing with the left hand. If you keep the left hand on the blue hold, catch the swing maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
It's not quite as good a hold as it looks, that red one on the lip. Now then, let's have a look at Philip Schenk starting this men's boulder 4. Need to face it out. The climbers can always surprise you, but I'm pretty sure there's no other way of doing this.
Yeah.
Sure, you have to face out.
Yeah, definitely.
It looked in the observation as if they felt that too. So that's how you do it.
Yeah, and he's not struggling with the start at all. It's been pretty easy for him.
So he's onto the bonus. The route setters have blocked off the best part of the hole by putting other holds above it. You can see those little pink blobs either side of his left hand. They're blocking off the best bit of that small crimp. Philip pretty close to this. Meanwhile, Julia, let's have another look. As I say, it appeared to me that you might be able to just stop the swing if you put the left hand on the blue hold. Let's have a look. Perhaps, we shall see. Still got 30 seconds to go. This will be, I'm pretty sure, the last attempt for Julia. And Philip, they're both off the ground, 5 seconds to go. So time's up for both of them, and they're both off the ground, so this will be it. I think both these boulders are toppable, personally.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are.
Do it.
She's taking her time. Her last seconds in this final. Ah.
No joy, and no joy for Philip either. So their finals are done. They can finally rest in Guangzhou after a frantic week. And out next we'll have Vita Luken and Kaita Dohi of Japan. So Philip Schenk, just to let you know, he will finish either 5th or 6th. He's currently in 5th. Maya, Vita or Yanya can win the female competition. If Yanya tops, she wins. It doesn't matter how many attempts it requires. As I say, we're waiting for scores, but I'm getting a few people just whispering in my ear. How Vita would love another medal to go with the one she won in lead. Kaita Dohi grabs his stomach. You can see how hard work it is. Let's have another look at this start. So 1, 2, there we go. Toes on top of the boulder. That move is being made to look easier than it would feel, I think.
Yeah.
I bet it would feel pretty desperate.
Yeah, that's true.
Kaita looking quite promising here, though. That's really difficult. That red volume is so slippery.
Yeah. Julia made the start look so easy there. When she once figured out her beta,
Attempts are going to be crucial here for Vita in the overall standings. I think this is second attempt for Vita, possibly third.
second or third, yeah. I've just seen one of her, but I think it's her third, I'm not sure. Oh. Oh. She tried to get a little bit more outside before she jumped. Outside of the roof.
Kaita Dohi, meanwhile. It's really entertaining start to the men's boulder fall. So he's been much higher than this. He's been well past the bonus, but the problem is keeping those feet on while you're pressing under those volumes at the top.
I think this pressing is really hard. This volume is not that good. It's really exhausting.
He can't seem to keep his feet on. So Peter trying again with this women's roof problem. It looked super hard when we went for a look at it. It's proving that way so far. Will it be the boulder that stops Janja Garnbret? She's topped every boulder that she's attempted here in Guangzhou over the past few days. Beat it. She just can't decide whether to go left shoulder, right shoulder.
But this boulder definitely seems possible.
So Kaita, a bit of a strange one, going 10 seconds early. You should really, I guess, take all the rest you can. Either way, he won't have time for another attempt, neither will Vita. I wonder if Kaita's going to try something different here.
Oh, really good.
Stay calm, Kaita. He's got one hand on the top holder. Remember, he needs both if he's to take a top.
Oh, that's a risky one. Yes! Really good.
Look,
That could have been the win. You know, so really, that was really good.
now that puts, well, we'll wait for the scores to update. He has now topped 3 boulders, so he will take the lead, yep. We'll let you know how many attempts that took.
I think a few.
So that took, he's now got 3 tops in 9 attempts. Kai Leitner and Kai Harada can catch him. That will be your top 3, Kaita Dohi, Kai Leitner and Kai Harada. The order we don't know. Kai Leitner can do this in less than 6 attempts, and Kai Harada can do it in less than 3. They will take the lead.
It's going to be interesting.
One of those three will win it. The podium will read Kai Kai Kaita. As I say, we are waiting to show you some results on screen. We will do as soon as we have them. I will do my best to keep you updated as and when scores are brought to me. Scores are being recorded manually due to Chinese internet issues. So Dominic Hertel fighting, inching his way up. Meanwhile, here's Maya.
I'm wondering if there is a way you can reach the red one statically. Maybe slowly leaning out of the roof? Probably not.
I think Maya's thinking the same thing as you.
Yeah, I think so too. She's close already. Oh, that was close.
That was the closest attempt we've seen, certainly on women's 4.
I thought that it's easier to go with the right hand, to hold the swing with the right hand on the red. But maybe getting there with the right hand is harder.
Let's have another look at Dominic's next attempt. He can't make the podium now, unfortunately. Looking a bit disheartened. Top would be a nice way to finish for him. Maya, I think, is trying to do this statically, as you said.
Oh,
there we go.
Yes.
First person
really good.
First person to stick that swing. Now we get a good look at the top half of women's 4.
Ah, no.
She just tried to campus that move, just cut the feet off.
But she still has 1 minute. She can do this.
That's how you do it. That was touch and go. You could see her fingers just peeling away,
Yeah.
but managed to hold it.
I think that's the way how I plan it, going out on the red with the right hand and helping with the left hand on the blue holds to hold the swing.
This really is a
really
battle.
good. Really good, but
oh, this is
a bit on the wrong side.
This is tough to watch. You can see how much he's giving it.
Nice.
Nice finish from Dominic.
Such a tough fight. He's so tired now.
He looks
totally
exhausted.
destroyed. Yeah.
The hotel buffet is all you can eat. I think Dominic is going to do some damage in the hotel buffet tonight. Make sure you get there before him. You can see him in the background there walking. If he looks tired walking.
Yeah.
See him walk down the ramp there. He looks done. So Maya sticks it
yes.
again.
She did the jump again. Yes. Good job.
Are we about to see a top women's 4?
I think the last move is still pretty hard.
Maya, you can tell her energy's just running out. Has she got enough? She resets. Luckily took her chalk bag. She can chalk up again. Try one more time.
Oh, nice, yeah. Put your, yeah, all the way to the right, Really good.
Oh, this is tough to watch. Maya, she's giving it everything.
She's doing such a good job. Come on.
Oh, that short bag just out of reach. Come on, Maya.
Oh yes, come on.
The left foot creeping up. You can just tell she's so close to losing her balance. She's just about hanging on to it.
I think she's already pumped.
Oh,
Come
it must be exhausting.
Oh,
Oh, from all the shoulders, the shoulder-based moves she's had in this final, and then on this final boulder, going underneath the roof, it's just shoulders all the way, and it just gave out.
such a powerful boulder. But she did such a good job. She was so close. The end of this boulder looks really hard.
So Kaita Dohi leads the way, as I say, 3 tops, 9 attempts. If Kai Leitner can do this final boulder in less than 6 attempts, and Kai Harada can do it in less than 3.
And if Marcus Nimrod flashes it, he can still be on the podium. If the others do nothing.
After permutations, so many possibilities. We'll just focus on the action. Let's see as the scores come in. So Marcus Nimrod, I think, can count himself a bit unlucky.
Yeah.
As we enter the Michael Jackson phase of the CD that plays here every day at Guangzhou.
Taking a bit longer for the start, Marcus. But he does it anyways.
It's all energy though, isn't it? All time hanging upside down. You need to get it done as quick as you can, ideally.
Whoa, what is he doing?
Nimrod just not climbing this boulder quickly, but until then climbing it effectively. Nimrod was 16th in the boulder last year at the Youth World Championships. Already gone much better than that. Also made the finals in the European Championships in Langenfeld in the Ötztal back in August. And won a European Youth Cup in Warsaw, so it's been a good year for him. Topped off with the final in the World Youth Championships. Meanwhile, we can watch Eva. This might be a boulder that shouldn't affect her injury too much, you hope?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because no heels with the left foot and no drop knees. But it's, yeah, no, it doesn't affect her injury, but it's really hard boulder.
So it hasn't been topped. Neither. Oh, sorry, men's 4 has been, yes. Of course,
Yeah.
by Kaita. So 1:10 left on the clock for Nimrod and Eva. One minute to go, you might have heard the buzzer. Eva's back on the wall. Really struggling with that swing.
Yeah, she seems really close, but she tries to hold the red one with 2 hands. It's probably a better way to try it like Maya did before, with 1 hand still on the blue in the roof. I think it's easier to hold the swing then.
I'm interested, after a competition, do you ever watch it back, the replay, and
Yeah.
figure out what you could have done differently?
Yeah. Firstly, I'm interested in how it looks when I climb, and then and sometimes I discuss it with my coach if there is something I could have done better, or something I have to train more. And it's always nice to have a video or replay of you climbing.
So both climbers off the ground as the time runs out. They can finish their attempts, but they won't have time for another. Oh, close from Eva. Nimrod. Another technical incident.
No, maybe it's still about the first boulder. Oh no. I think the box is moving. Maybe the red box is not properly fixed.
Yeah, I think I saw a signal for a drill there. Right, gives us a chance to update you on the scores. We will get them on the screen as soon as possible, but just to let you know, Kaita Dohi leads the way. 3 tops, 9 attempts, followed by Kai Leitner and Kai Harada, both with 2 tops. 3 for Kai Leitner, 3 attempts, excuse me, for Kai Leitner, and 6 attempts for Kai Harada. So Elena Krasovskaya is out on the mats. There's no sign of Kai Leitner just yet. I think you're right, I think we did have a loose hold. There are power drills everywhere here. I'm surprised we can't find one. Aha, there is one. They'll add a couple more screws. So that's volume. Keep it in place. Here we see repair work being done on the hoof. No expense spared. Chair available. And I'm not entirely sure at what stage Nimrod Marcus flagged this as a problem to the judges. There we go, there's updated scores by the way. See there, Kaita Dohi. So all comes down to this final boulder for Kai Leitner and Kai Harada. Looking at that, Nimrod has already had his score awarded. So I suspect he won't get another chance at this boulder. It must have been right at the end of his final go. There's a bit of discussion going on amongst the officials team as more screws are added. Very difficult for the route setters, of course. We've got to, in the 2 hours between now and the junior final and the 2 hours between the B final and this one, they have to get all the holds down, get the new ones up in exactly the right position as they planned it, get all the signage up, labelling the start holds, labelling the bonus holds, labelling which boulder is which. And just a couple of screws short here. Well, that was pretty quick, all done. And we'll resume. As I say, I'm pretty sure that Nimrod won't have another go. That was right at the end of his attempt, and he has been awarded a bonus. It looks as if his climbing is done and dusted for today, so I think that will be it for him. But we shall see. We're expecting to see Kai Leitner out onto the mat. The judges may feel that Nimrod deserves another 30 seconds on that boulder, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be Kai Leitner out next with the chance to win it. Just to confirm as well, Janja Garnbret has won here in the bouldering. Of the climbers who could have caught her, Eva Maria, Maya or Vita, none of them topped that final boulder. So Janja finishes. Janja already has 3 tops and cannot be caught. Elena Krasovskaya hasn't climbed yet, but she only has 1 top as things stand. And it is Nimrod back out. Well, just had Graham Alderson, our technical delegate, over. He that came up with the incredibly geeky stat about the fact that everyone in the female final has a name that ends with A. Somewhat tragic. Come on, Graham. Graham's just been over and explained that Nimrod will have another 2 minutes to attempt this boulder. So he has to sit there on the mats until the time drops to 2 minutes, because our timers are all preset to only allow for 4 minutes. So he'll sit there 1 more minute and then he'll be allowed to attempt the boulder again. That was interesting because it showed up on the scores as if he'd been awarded the bonus and that was that, but it would seem that he is going to get another go. See him waiting there. Quite a difficult situation psychologically. He just has to sit and look at the crowd and wait for 2 minutes.
Yeah, but I think, I don't know, it's nice for him to get another chance.
Oh, it's a big bonus for sure.
I'm sure he's ready to give everything he has left.
So he's got 15 seconds before he can climb again. Our jury president, Johanna's there, just stopping him climbing too early. Off he goes. Okay, so 2 more minutes. So Elena Krasovskaya came out and has gone back in again. She will have to wait, as will Kai Leitner. The scoring all gets somewhat complicated because how many of Nimrod's attempts count, we're not entirely sure. We'll see when the scores come up. Let's see if he can top it. Nobody has yet.
Two have already.
They have, yes, sorry. I've watched too much bouldering already today. I'm
Two
losing
tops.
track.
We've already seen 2 tops.
Sorry, Hannah, I'm glad you're here. We've already been a lot of bouldering today.
I have to be here for a reason.
Yeah, we need somebody to do the maths, that's for sure. gives you an idea how long and physical this problem is. Nimrod was on the wall for a minute there. It's a long time to be on a boulder, especially when you've got a really hard start like that. There's Eddie at the bottom of your shot. Take your drink like an alligator, just poking his head into the shot. Keep an eye, as I say, on the IFSC Facebook page for more from Eddie. So Nimrod, he'll only have 1 more go because it's so physical. And as I say, he was on for a minute the last time. You can see that fatigue kicking in just from doing that start so many times.
Yeah, I'm sure it's really exhausting. Oh no.
Just run out of energy there, Nimrod.
That was his last chance.
So close, he was really close on a couple of boulders today.
Yeah.
On another day, he could have won the competition. He was so
Yeah,
close on a
definitely.
couple, but
Maybe also the luck was not on his side.
no, he will finish in 4th place. So as I say, it's between Kai Leitner and Kai Harada and Keita Dohi, who can only watch. Janja Garnbret has already won in the women's. She can't be caught by either Elena Krasovskaya.
That's true.
So Janja comes out knowing she's already done the double of boulder and lead here in Guangzhou. Not bad.
Yeah, and probably the overall as well. I'm not sure, but she has good chances.
And she also did the speed. She didn't make the final.
Yeah.
I wonder how much Kai knows here, because attempts will be vital. He needs to do this boulder in as few attempts as possible if he can do it at all.
Yeah, it's always hard to tell how much the athletes know, how much They,
But how much you want to know? I mean, maybe it's good just to come
Yeah.
out and climb 100%.
yeah.
Kai
But
will be on the podium. We know
it's
that.
always hard to tell how many attempts the climber before you need it or something. You can't tell that. But I think, yeah, he knows that he has to do the boulder. But in how many attempts? I think he doesn't know that.
If it's less than 6, he'll take the lead. And then there will be some pressure on Kai Harada when he comes out.
And this strat volume looks really slippery now. I think it's getting harder and harder.
Yeah, you can see Kai
To stay
chalking
under.
up repeatedly. It is such a funny looking boulder, that men's boulder. Anyway, we'll look at Elena Krasovskaya, the overall champion from Paris in 2016 at the World Championships.
Ah, so
Oh, that was
close.
so close. You could see, I think for a second she thought she had it. So here's Kai. Yeah, it is a funny looking boulder because the first holds are so far off the ground. They're about
Yeah,
180 centimeters off the ground.
that's true.
Really weird looking boulder.
But interesting to watch.
For sure, yeah. So Kai already guaranteed a medal in both disciplines. He got silver in lead. He would love it to be gold.
Yeah, he did a really, really good job so far. He doesn't like this move. The position with his feet. For him, it's really high, I guess.
He said to me actually after the lead that he doesn't think he'll ever win a medal that means more than that silver the other day, because to come back from injury like he has, I mean, even in September apparently he was saying he could only just get his hands above his head.
Yeah, it's crazy how
So
strong he got in the last. He must have gotten in the last few weeks of training.
So he said just to even be here feels like a success, and to win a medal was amazing. He can't imagine a medal will ever mean more. Well, he's already guaranteed to have 2.
It's amazing.
Elena really not happy. We've seen her quite frustrated on a couple of boulders today. This and
Yeah.
women's 2, she was getting a bit annoyed.
But so far, only Maya from the US stick this jump on woman number 4.
Yeah. And then Kai used these attempts wisely. You can see the strength of him. Just slowly revolves around on that sloper.
Oh,
Yes.
Elena stuck the dino.
You can see how tenuous that is for Kai. Keep an eye on Elena. Bottom right. So Kai, he's not going to win here. He needed to top that boulder to win.
But he's definitely on the podium, and that's, I think for him, it's already really, really good.
It's amazing.
He might be, yeah, I think he's really, really happy with that. I don't know if he's disappointed about not winning, but
I think he'd be pretty happy.
yeah, I think so too.
If 6 months ago you got told you may never climb again, and then you win 2 medals
Yeah.
in 2 disciplines, I think
That's
you'd be happy.
amazing. And he climbed really, really good throughout the whole competition. So he can be really proud.
So, can Elena top this boulder? She's been up there a while now. No.
Oh no.
Already had the head in the hands before she hit the mat. Let's have another look. She got the jump locked off. So out comes Janja Garnbret, already won this competition. doesn't need to top this. I wonder if she's aware of that. Kai Harada, he can win here. Needs this in his first 2 attempts. More than capable of doing that.
Yeah. Without knowing, there's pressure on him there. Oh.
I don't know if he realises actually how many attempts he has. I very much doubt he has the score. We're struggling to get the score here. So in isolation, I'm sure they don't have it. Yanya might know now. Who knows? It will be amazing because if Yanya can do this, it will be a clean sweep. She'll have done every boulder.
And I'm sure she can do it.
I think she can do it for sure.
Oh, he tries different, Peter.
Yeah,
Kai.
Kai Harada though.
Oh.
Now I'm pretty sure he's used up too many attempts there.
Yanya is also trying to go with the left hand on the red.
It looked to me as if she didn't quite give 100%.
Yeah,
Yanya.
that's true.
I think she might have a bit more if she needs it. We were saying before, she only gives the minimum she needs.
Yeah.
So maybe if she just gives it another 10%, it should be enough. Let's have a look. So a lot more control it would seem this time. It looks to me like she's going to go again with the left hand, she does. It looks like she can jump further. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it looks as if she's got more available if she needs it. Kai Harada, no, he's definitely used too many attempts now, I'm sure of it. We'll let you know as and when that's confirmed, but I'm pretty sure it's too many attempts for him. Will
That
be Keita
means
Dohi.
Okay, Dohi wins, yeah. But
If Kai can top this, he will take second though.
Yeah.
Clean second. So, Yanya's setting up to go again, so she's missed a swing again, I can tell you.
I have to say Maya had a really, really good beater on this 4th boulder. She would have really deserved this top because she did so well.
So, Kai Harada pulls on for his next attempt and tries it facing in. It's the first time we've seen it done that way. We weren't even sure it was possible.
Crazy.
So Yanya through the swing. Can she top it? Let's watch. This would make it every boulder in Guangzhou she would have done. They're not all flashes, but there would be no boulder she hadn't managed. As if she hadn't been dominant enough.
I wonder if she can also reach the right side of the wall, how Elena did, because that's very far away, but and Elena is so tall. But she somehow has to get her left foot up, I think.
5 seconds to go on Yanya Garnbrett's World Championship. Of course, she can finish her attempt. She's been climbing, what, 7 days in a row now. She did the speed as well, albeit didn't make the final, but fatigue kicking in, but she's giving this final boulder everything she has, as is Kai Harada. If he can't top it, he'll be 3rd behind Kai Leitner. He can't top it, so
now we have our podium.
we do have our podium. Will be Keita Dohi, Kai Leitner, Kai Harada.
2 Kais on a podium.
2 Kais and a Keita. Come on, Yanya, it would be great
Triple
to see
K.
this top. She does get the right foot out.
Whoa!
The exhaustion of 7 days not slowing her down. Can she finish what has been a dominant performance with a final top? She must have been up there at least a minute after the end of her
really
time.
Good. But
Suddenly she's found a position that doesn't look strenuous. She can not quite rest here, but Yes, she can rest.
That's definitely not the way to do it, but whatever.
What will her next trick be? Janja Gambret, I think she's about to finish this dominant week with a final top.
Come on, you can do this. Oh, yes.
There it is. Janja Gambret, that must
What
be...
an effort.
I'm sure that was almost 2 minutes after the time
Yeah.
finished. She was still on the wall.
That was one of the biggest fight I've ever seen from her, I think, in a bouldering competition.
And
it's really good.
Finally, she looks tired. The route setters have tired her out. She only just got the swing. Oh, it was close.
Oh, that was
That
really
was close. And Jackie Godoff, first to offer his congratulations. He must wonder what he has to do to create a boulder she can't climb. So we'll confirm the results for you in just a second. Kaita Dohi and Janja Gambret are your Youth A Boulder World Champions. You see the crowd dispersing there. What a final that was. All came down to attempts, certainly in the men's competition. Apologies that we weren't able to bring you the score more often. Okay, I'm afraid we're not going to be able to bring you the results on the screen. I can tell you the top 3 in the men's competition will be Kaita Dohi, Kai Leitner in second, and Kai Harada. I'm just hearing we might be able to bring you the results. As I say, when in China, you have to play with the Chinese internet. Can be a frustrating process. The Great Firewall remains as high as ever here in China. But we are hoping to bring you results on screen. But that will be top 3 in the men. Janja Gambret has won here in the women. We'll confirm second and third for you if we can before we go. Don't forget the podium ceremonies for this Youth A final will be after the junior final. They'll be after the juniors. We're not having the podiums now. There will be a break and they'll be after the juniors. So we'll have all 6 podiums, men and women in BA and junior, after the junior final. See a replay of Janja Gambret.
I'm pretty sure that in the female category, Janja won and Vita Luken came second.
Yep, I've
And
just had
third,
some,
there is the US girl, Maya.
just had some good news. We are going to be able to bring you the results on screen. Thank you, Chinese internet, for that. Just watch the final replay of Janja Gambret's fight to the death with boulder number 4. It would have been a shame if the boulder hadn't been climbed. It also if Janja had one boulder she couldn't climb, but she's done the clean sweep, climbed every boulder here that she's been set in Guangzhou. So sun just beginning to lower in the sky, and here are the women's results. It is Janja Gambret followed by Vita Luken and Maya Mauda in third. Eva just misses out in 4th place, Elena Krasovkaya in 5th, and Julia Medici in 6th. So Janja Gambret, the double, lead and boulder. Have the men's results for you shortly. I'm pretty sure we got the maths right. Yes, we have. Phew. Kaita Dohi, he wins ahead of Kai Leitner and Kai Harada. So Japan collects 2 more medals in an amazing 2016. Nimrod Marcus could have been different, ends up 4th. Philip Schenk in 5th and Dominic Hertel in 6th. So that is 2 finals down for today. Juniors still to come later. Hannah Schubert, thank you very much for your company today. We'll see you shortly for the junior final.